This is Divorce Court, presided over by Judge William Keene. In the case we'll be seeing today, Diana Payne Lamar is suing Austin Lamar, her husband of 3 years, for divorce on the grounds of physical and mental cruelty. Mr. Lamar is countersuing on grounds of mental cruelty.
All right, I want to hear this case of Lamar versus Lamar now, and I want to finish this today. Ms. Stewart, do you want to make an opening statement?
Thank you. Yes, Your Honor. Mrs. Lamar thought that she was marrying a warm and loving man until he began to belittle and humiliate her in front of the hired hands. He severely punished her children for their slightest mishap and eventually physically abused her. She seeks a divorce on the grounds of mental and physical cruelty, asks for 70% of the ranch, 75% of all the marital assets, and $1,200 a month spousal support. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Morgan, do you want to reserve your opening statement or make it now?
I think I'll make it now, Your Honor. Your Honor, before he married his wife, Mr. Lamar did everything he could to impress her with the reality of life on a working ranch. She promised to make whatever necessary adjustments needed to be made, but she made no adjustment whatsoever. She treated the ranch like her own personal playground, a place where she and her children were free to do anything they wanted to and make no contribution whatsoever. She treated her husband like a dumb hick. We asked for a divorce on the grounds of mental cruelty. We asked for full, sole, complete possession of that ranch, 65% of the marital assets, and, Your Honor, we ask that you award no spousal support. Thank you.
Stewart, call your first witness.
I call Diana Payne Lamar.
All right, step forward, please.
About to testify is the plaintiff, Diana Lamar. She seeks divorce from her husband, Austin, on grounds of physical and mental cruelty, charging that he subjected her to isolation and callous and humiliating treatment while she lived on their Texas ranch.
All right, let me hear from the plaintiff.
Mrs. Lamar, you and your husband come from different backgrounds, don't you?
Yes, I was raised in the East, and Austin grew up on a ranch in Texas. We met at a Western art show. There was something special about Austin, like he was as fresh and natural as a Texas sky. When he told me I was the prettiest woman in the room, I knew that it was more than just a line.
The two of you then conducted a cross-country romance, is that correct?
Oh, yes, it was a wonderful and crazy time. Then on one of our moonlight rides, Austin pulled this diamond ring out of his pocket and asked me if I would see fit to be his wife. I was thrilled. Then he proposed that we combine our funds and buy this huge horse ranch that he'd always dreamed of. The children and I loved Austin, and at first we were like a real family. But a few months after that, things started to change.
How did things change?
He'd go out at dawn and not come back till dusk. Then he'd come in and gobble down his dinner and drive to town and play poker all night with his cronies. Romance just bit the dust. There were no more rides into the hills or making love under the stars. He'd just come home stinking of liquor and paw me.
Did you let him know that you were unhappy with these changes?
Yes, I did. And he told me that this was his life and I just better adjust to it. I was so lonely and so depressed. That ranch became this cold and hostile place, and he did all he could to make me feel that way. I just simply couldn't adjust fast enough for him. And he made life unbearable for my children.
Please tell the court what he did to your children.
He started treating them like hired hands. He'd rouse them up at 6 a.m., and God help them if they did anything wrong. He once made them pitch hay for 5 hours because they forgot to close a barnyard gate.
But did you attempt to make life more pleasant for yourself on the ranch?
I tried inviting my friends down on weekends, but Austin said that cost too much, and then he forbade me to entertain. Then I would visit my friends in New York, but he'd put up a big fuss about that. I was once packed and ready to go to my girlfriend's wedding when he stormed in, took my car keys and my credit cards, and enabled me to go.
Mrs. Lamar, when did things finally reach the point of no return?
Well, on one of those rare weekends when my friends were visiting, my son Payne came over and handed me a note from Austin, which said, "I am sick and tired of your New York friends. I've gone over to Merle's bar to have a good time with the boys, and by the time I get back, you better have your friends off of my property."
I never wrote that.
Just a minute. Now, I'll hear from you shortly, Mr. Lamar. Be seated and let me hear from your wife without any further interruptions. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Well, I was livid. So Sally and I stormed over to the bar, and I went over and talked to Austin. We had this huge fight, and he ended up carrying me outside, tying me up, and throwing me in the back of his pickup truck. I never dreamed that the man I married would truss up his wife like some calf for branding. Well, that was the last straw. I took my children and I left.
Thank you, Mrs. Lamar. No further questions, Your Honor.
Cross-examination.
Mrs. Lamar, you insisted on calling your husband's friends and relatives Hicks and Hayseeds.
I never called them that, at least not to their faces.
You expected that entire ranch to revolve around you and your niece.
No, I did not.
Didn't you want your husband to fire the housekeeper because she refused to be your manicurist, your hairstylist, your personal maid?
She asked what she could do for me, and I told her.
Now, before you got married, you asked for Mr. Lamar's help in teaching your children the value of hard work and discipline.
I didn't ask him to make them slaves and hired hands.
Well, your husband's punishment wasn't so unreasonable, was it, considering all the damage the kids did around that ranch?
My children never caused any deliberate damage.
When they left that gate open, a $10,000 broodmare was attacked by coyotes.
They had no way of knowing that. They're only children.
You refused to sleep with your husband for a month once because he wanted the kids to go to a public school.
My children deserve a far better education than the public school system can provide right now.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
You may step down. Let me see counsel.
While Mrs. Lamar leaves the stand, we have time for a short break.
If you like nuts, you'll love cluster cereal.
Stop the barking.
What? Cluster cereal has almonds, pecans, walnuts, and honey crushed into little nut clusters and mixed with wheat and bran flakes. If you like nuts, you'll love clusters.
From the moment you were born till the day you die, the mysterious force of the planets moves your life. Venus in your seventh brings love and sexual attraction. As Jupiter crosses the second house, money and fortune are yours. The signs are everywhere. The psychic astrologers of Starpath 900 will reveal your hidden destiny.
Speak live with psychic astrologers giving powerful information for your life, love, and future. 1-900-288-1202. Call now. $2 per minute.
Butterball turkey cold cuts. Any way you slice it, they're delicious. Butterball ham, Butterball bologna, or Butterball smoked turkey breast. They're up to 98% fat-free and all Butterball. So any way you slice it, it's
delicious.
Spray and Wash has removed more food, grease, and grass than any other stain remover ever made. And that has made it the #1 choice for getting out what America gets into.
What's he doing? What's he doing?
What is he doing with that thing? Huh? Hey, he's on USA.
Every Wednesday night is welcome your movie night on USA.
On USA.
Magenta Hearts novels are so realistic, the characters just leap off the page and kill.
Whatever I write, it happens.
Morgan Fairchild, Writer's Block. A USA world premiere movie tonight.
How low would you go to go gonzo? And did you know that 25 million Americans have seen ghosts? USA's Gonzo Games and Beyond Reality. A very unpredictable hour on USA. Tomorrow night, starting at 8.
We return now to divorce court. About to testify on behalf of Diana Payne Lamar is Sally Vincent, a close personal friend.
All right, let me hear from this witness.
Mrs. Vincent, when did you first become aware that Mrs. Lamar was having problems in her marriage?
A few months after the wedding, I had phoned Diana to firm up my plans for a visit. She answered in tears. Then Austin picked up the phone and told me his wife wouldn't be having any guests until she learned to be more useful around the ranch.
Did she visit you in New York?
Yes. And the first time she came, I just couldn't believe my eyes. She had lost 15 pounds. She was an absolute nervous wreck. Then she finally broke down crying and told me how difficult life had become with Austin. And I saw that for myself, too. After harassing her for a week with phone calls, he barged into a dinner party and told Diana she better come back to the ranch right away, or he would drive her home with a bullwhip.
When you visited the ranch, did you witness Mr. Lamar berating and humiliating her?
Yes, I did. One day he put her on a half-wild Mustang, telling her it was a gentle mare. Then he and his ranch hands laughed while Diana frantically fought to control the animal.
Did you witness the incident at Merrill's bar that Mrs. Lamar described?
Yes. Austin was roaring drunk. After he had tied her up, he swaggered in with a smug grin and announced that there wasn't a woman or a horse alive that could get the better of him. And his friends just cheered and slapped him on the back.
Thank you, Your Honor. No further questions.
Mr. Morgan, you may inquire.
Thank you. It was Mrs. Lamar, against Austin's advice, who insisted on getting on that Mustang.
I doubt it. He was laughing the whole time at her.
When Mrs. Lamar comes to visit you in New York, does Austin make it a practice of calling to see how she is, how she getting along?
Morning, noon, and night? Come on. He called to harass her.
Before the marriage, didn't you point out Austin to the future Mrs. Lamar as rich, dumb, and an easy catch?
No. Besides, I didn't even know how dumb he was until she married him.
And at the wedding, didn't you tell Mr. Lamar that he'd be sorry he married Mrs. Lamar?
No. I told Diana that I hoped she wouldn't be sorry.
I don't have anything else, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, you may step down. Anything further from the plaintiff?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Morgan, call your first witness.
Call Austin Lamar.
Mr. Lamar, step forward.
About to testify is the defendant, Austin Lamar. He's countersuing for divorce on grounds of mental cruelty. Mr. Lamar is the owner of a large cattle ranch. His wife claims that he subjected her to callous treatment and humiliation.
All right, let me hear from the defendant, please.
Thank you. Mr. Lamar, what originally attracted you to your wife?
Well, I'd been a widower since I was 29, and, well, Diane just made me realize that there was still some juice in the old batteries. I was really very happy until I realized that Diane wanted ranch life to adjust to her. Now, you know, she started throwing fits, having tantrums whenever I had to leave the ranch. Now, my work took me away from the ranch, sometimes from sunup to sundown. But you can bet now that I made it up to her when I got home.
Did she try to fit in socially?
Why, heck no. All she wanted to do was have parties for her New York friends. And she wouldn't so much as invite my friends or my family. She even said that the ranch house needed fixing up, that it was too run down for her type of folks.
Well, did you permit her to fix the house up?
Yes, but she wanted to redecorate the whole ranch. She claimed that what she wanted to do was have the cowhands dress up like Hollywood-type cowboys in those uniforms. I tried to explain to her that it was a working ranch. She got as cold as a blue norther and took to going to New York without even saying goodbye.
Did you make any attempts to reduce the tension between you and your wife?
Yes, I did. I figured that, well, that I had to do something, so I took off a couple of weeks from work and bought her presents, and, well, it was like a second honeymoon for a while. But then the kids started acting up worse than ever.
What'd they do?
They went completely wild. They mixed the chicken feed with a horse feed. They spray painted New York on some of the horses. Now, Diana wouldn't even discipline them, and then she took to chucking things at me whenever I'd come to her and tell her the things that they did. She finally started sleeping in the guest room over the whole matter.
Can you tell us what happened at that bar that night?
She came barreling in, screaming at me about some kind of a note. Now, I'd had a few drinks, and I guess I lost my temper. So I did tie her up, but I was sorry for it right away, and I went out to apologize to her, and but she was already gone. Now, I did everything I could to make that woman happy, but I just had all I could take. That was the last straw.
Thank you, Austin. I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Cross-examination.
Mr. Lamar, isn't it true that after marrying Mrs. Lamar, you lowered her in status to that of a hired hand?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, when your wife told you that she didn't want to feed the chickens because she was afraid of them, didn't you say to her that you didn't take lip from your foreman or your wife?
She was just trying to get out of helping out with the chores.
The first week after you married her, didn't you take all of her clothing from the closets, lock it in a storage shed on the other side of the ranch?
Yeah, she said she wasn't going to need any of those frilly things on the ranch.
Didn't you call a special meeting of your hired hands and in the presence of Mrs. Lamar, tell them that you wanted to have help keeping her in her place?
No, I just told them that she was not the boss at that ranch, that they had to answer to me, not to her. She didn't run that ranch.
Even though she paid for one half of it? No further questions.
You may step down.
While Austin Lamar leaves the stand, we have time for a short break.
Hi, I'm Monty Hall. Remember all the fun we had playing Let's Make a Deal on TV? Now you can play right over your touch-tone phone. Call 1-900-860-4332. Choose the right door and you could win great prizes.
That's right, Monty. Up to $200 in cash instantly.
But be careful, choose the wrong door and... So call now, 1-900-860-4332. It's fun, it's exciting, you can win with every call, and you don't even have to dress up like a chicken.
$1.95 per minute. Average call, 4 minutes.
How do I tell people Total Raisin Bran is better than Kellogg's Raisin Bran? I greet the incoming flight.
Total Raisin Bran. More nutritious than Kellogg's, and people prefer the taste.
Oh, that's a big one. They saw me.
How am I telling people Total Raisin Bran is better than Kellogg's Raisin Bran? I'm sending a box to all my friends.
Total Raisin Bran. More nutritious than Kellogg's, and people prefer the taste.
They're gonna love this stuff.
I watched what I ate, worked out on my Easy Glider, and lost 75 pounds.
This is actual footage of Keith's home video showing his dramatic weight loss. All across America, people have found that 20 minutes every other day works to firm all major muscle groups and helps to lose weight aerobically.
I'm using my arms, my shoulder, my back, my tummy, my thighs, my leg. I get it all.
Dual resistance allows you to adjust tension for both legs and upper body.
I have tried bikes, jogging, even racquetball, and Easy Glider is definitely the best.
And this Hansen unit folds down quickly for easy storage.
Call toll-free like I did to shape up and slim down with Easy Glider.
Call toll-free 1-800-972-3700. We'll bill your credit card 3 easy payments of $19.95 each. You get a full 60-day home trial with a money-back guarantee. The total price, $59.85 plus $9 shipping and handling. Call 1-800-972-3700 now.
We return now to divorce court. About to testify on behalf of Austin Lamar is Max Tibbs, his ranch foreman.
I do. Mr. Morgan, let me hear from this witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Tibbs, how have you come to feel about Mrs. Lamar?
Well, she treats us like dirt. If anything, if she wants anything, why, we're supposed to drop everything to go take care of her. She even wants to try to have me fired because I wouldn't stop in the middle of branding to take her a lemonade.
You ever see her act unreasonably toward her husband?
Yes, sir, I did. Once at dinner time, why, she was causing quite a commotion because Randy, the goat, chewed up her jacket that she left out on the front porch. She wanted to have the poor goat shot. Well, Mr. Lamar wouldn't have that, so she grabbed the dining room table, pulled all the dishes and the dinner on the floor, and told him that he can go to bed with the goat tonight, because he seems to love the goat more than he loves her.
So then what happened?
Well, she stomped out of the place. Mr. Lamar went after her. The kids got quite a kick out of it. Angelica said, hey, that worked out pretty well. And Payne, and he was, he says, hey, we should be in New York by spring.
Thank you. No further questions.
Cross-examination.
Mr. Tibbs, didn't you and the other ranch hands purposefully set out to make life miserable for Mrs. Lamar?
Cause trouble for the boss's wife? What do you think we are, a fool?
Well, didn't you tell her to take a path that led to a snake-infested swamp without warning, telling her Mr. Lamar had gone that way?
He had gone that way.
It was 104 degrees in the shade that day. Didn't she get lost and dangerously dehydrated before anyone found her?
Oh, she wasn't as bad off as she pretended.
And after you blamed Mrs. Lamar's son for that incident, didn't Mr. Lamar tell you to beat the boy with a riding crop?
No, that's when I caught him in the hen house throwing the eggs at the hen house wall. The bratty kid deserved it. Mr. Lamar wouldn't give it to him, so I did.
Thank you. I have no further questions of this witness, Your Honor.
All right, you may step down. Mr. Morgan, call your next witness, please.
I have nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
Stewart, is there anything further from the plaintiff?
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right.
With the consent of counsel, I want to talk to the two Essex children in chambers, and we'll take a brief recess for me to accomplish that.
Before hearing closing statements, Judge Keene has decided to talk with Mrs. Lamar's two children from her earlier marriage, Payne and Angelica. Although custody is not an issue today, their testimony may help Judge Keene reach a decision in this case.
Hi, I'm Judge Keene.
Hi, I'm Payne Essex. This is my sister Angelica.
Hi, Angelica. How are you? I guess you know what we're in here to talk about. Is that right?
About Mom's divorce.
And you want us to help you decide whether to let her have it or not.
Well, I guess that's probably a pretty good description of what we're going to talk about. Do you want this divorce to happen?
Well, if they divorce, do we get to go back to New York?
Is that what you want?
Judge Keene, we hated that ranch.
Did you hate your stepfather, too?
Austin? He's all right. I liked him a lot better before he married Mom, when he wasn't so bossy and wasn't acting like he was our father.
He's not our father, and he never will be.
Our real father's really nice to us whenever he has the time to see us.
I see. I want the two of you to tell me, did you ever do anything deliberate on that ranch to cause trouble?
Of course not.
Well...
Angelica?
Now, Payne, wait a minute. I need to have the truth in here. And what I want to know is whether or not the two of you ever did anything deliberate to cause trouble between your mom and Austin.
Well, sometimes I was mad at Mom and Austin for sticking me on that ranch. I guess I did stuff just to get back at her and him. So did Payne.
Payne?
I guess I did a few things.
Well, a few things. Does that include that note from Austin?
What note?
Your mother said that you gave her a note from Austin.
Come on, Payne, tell him.
Payne, from what I've heard out in the courtroom, I think that the reason we're here in divorce court is because of that note. Now, did you have anything to do with that?
I'm sorry, I wrote the note. I just hope Mom would send us back to New York. I didn't think it would make them get a divorce.
All right, I want to thank the two of you for being truthful with me. And what you've done is that you helped me make a decision in a very tough case.
Do we get to live in New York, Judge Keene?
Well, I'll assure you this, that my decision, whatever decision I make in this case, will have your best interest in mind. All right, now I'm going to go back and out in the courtroom and finish this hearing.
While Judge Keene returns to the courtroom, we have time for a short break.
Ever wonder what today holds for you? Or even tomorrow? Call Sidney Omar, the world's leading astrologer, for your personal forecast.
I'll provide insight into your personal relationships, love, money matters, lucky numbers, and your immediate future.
You have important choices to make. Call Sidney Omar at 1-900-288-2001. $2 per minute.
Is it? Yeah, right. Finish that.
Maybe she's born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
At Value Right Pharmacies, you'll always find great American values, just like these. Get a jolt out of Energizer batteries. Single 9-volt and assorted 2-packs at just $1.69 with a coupon from our mailer. Pick up bags of fun-sized Snickers, Milky Ways, M&Ms, and Three Musketeers. Only $1.99 with each $5 purchase and a coupon from our mailer. Look in the yellow pages for participating Value Right Pharmacies. There's one near you.
I hate cleaning twice. Spray cleaner for grease, then glass cleaner for the streaks the spray left.
Don't clean it twice. Cinch it once. New Cinch from Spick & Span. It's the first cleaner that really cleans grease, even on glass, without streaking. Glass cleaner can't always get the grease, and spray cleaners can leave streaks. Either way, you'd have to clean twice. But New Cinch gets the grease and the streaks, even on glass. Don't clean it twice, cinch it once.
Phil
Murray.
Freeze, Gopher!
Chevy Chase. Ted Knight. Rodney Dangerfield.
Well, the last time I saw a mouth like that, I had a hook.
Caddyshack on USA. Tomorrow night at 9, 8 Central. Wilder.
Good luck.
Corman. Pickens.
Ditto.
Kahn.
Oh.
Brooks. And Little.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Blazing Saddles on USA. Saturday night at 8, 7 Central.
We return now to divorce court. Judge Keene is just returning from chambers after a lengthy conference with Mr. and Mrs. Lamar, their children, and the attorneys. The clerk has called the court to order.
All right, Ms. Stewart, let me hear your closing statement at this time.
Well, Your Honor, based on the surprising turn of events, I would like to submit this matter.
Mr. Morgan, I'll hear from you.
Your Honor, I will also submit it.
All right, thank you, counsel. Maybe, just maybe in this case, we've found the smoking gun. I think 2 of them. But I think maybe in this case that's appropriate because it sounds to me like the Lamar marriage was more like a Saturday matinee shoot-'em-up than it was a loving partnership. Now, although we have heard, or we've had a lengthy discussion in chambers with everyone, and I've given both Mr. and Mrs. Lamar the opportunity to talk privately with their lawyers, I do not hear at this point any motion for a dismissal of either the complaint or the cross-complaint. I will therefore order a divorce in this case, and that will be a joint judgment of divorce for Mrs. Lamar on her complaint and for Mr. Lamar on the cross-complaint. And Mr. Lamar, I can conceive of no better case of physical cruelty than tying your wife up with a rope like you would a steer. The division in this case is going to be 50%, 50%. And with the value of this ranch, in order to give Mrs. Lamar her rightful 1/2, this ranch is going to have to be sold. And I will order that. In addition to that, Mrs. Lamar is entitled to spousal support in the sum of $1,000. That'll be for 12 months. And yet, you know, I have the feeling that if I delay the effective date for the execution of this divorce by 90 days, it just might be that the Lamars might put this all together again. Now, I have no jurisdiction over Angelica and Payne, but if I did, what I would do, I would send them back to New York to live with their father and give their mother a second chance at a happy marriage. They're both old enough to know they owe her that and a lot more. And Payne, you owe Austin an apology and 24 eggs. This court stands in recess.
Divorce court is a dramatization based on cases and issues raised in the family courts of this nation. None of the participants knows the outcome of the case before hearing Judge Keene's decision. The jurisdiction is a combination of laws of all 50 states, therefore the laws of your community may differ. The cases are argued by attorneys and presided over by Judge William Keene, who served on the Superior Court of California for 18 years.
The courtroom drama continues with more family battles and split decisions on Divorce Court, next on USA.